Welcome along to Mallory Park, where we are just about to start seeing some of the action from Quick60 on this live stream. The Quick60 event for the second time being held at Mallory Park. It's a great melding pot of the racing community, the sprint racing community, and the car modification community, all competing together to see who is fastest around this historic Leicestershire circuit. We're going to have some wonderful action. We're going to catch up with some of the drivers as well as we bring you a full day of Quick60 action. Michael Rhodes is the next expected out, the Peugeot 106. There is the 106 underway. I don't believe this car was on my entry list, the 139. Yes, it was Michael Rhodes in his 106. There's another very nice little hot hatch Ford Fiesta there. I believe, in fact, no, geez, that was Adam Slater's Austin Metro. That car is fabulous. Here it is now. 10-inch wheels on this Austin Metro. You could put them on a decent-sized go-kart, I think. Smaller than most tyres you'll see, pepperpot little wheels, and it is a diminutive little car, but it is very well sorted. Adam Slater. Off it goes. The 106 crossing the line will get the time through shortly, hopefully. Adam Slater is out there, as is Richard Quinn in his Austin Mini. Quinn did have an issue in warm-up earlier at the very start of the day. Rhodes has crossed the line. We have yet to get a time through for him. Here comes Adam Slater as well. Rhodes' time was an 83.73. So Grendel's time in this number 66 car, an 87.06, so actually the Renault 5 outpaced the Renault Clio by just under 0.2 of a second. Currently the fastest of the improved class runners is Michael Rhodes in that Peugeot 106. The improved cars are the ones we're seeing out there on circuit, and you can see the rest of our classes that we'll see out there at the bottom of your screen. As you can see then, the lunch break has been completed, as has the driver briefing, and now the competitors of Quick60 are lining up, getting ready to go. What we have now is elimination time. The morning practice runs are over. Everyone has got their eye in, and it's now time to start eliminating some competitors. How does that work, you ask? Well, the clue is in the title of the event, Quick60. In each round, the quickest 60% of each class will move forward onto the next round. There are 6 rounds, or 6 runs in total. The 6th run in each class, and there are 6 classes of cars on the circuit, will be a one-on-one shootout at the end of the day. Now there are going to be 26 cars running in the improved. The top 16 will go through. I think if you're under an 89 seconds, you should be safe at this juncture. Next group of cars already running. Michael Rhodes in the Peugeot 106 is underway. Next up will be Roman Grendel in his Renault Clio Cup 200 as well. Grendel is underway as Michael Rhodes powers out of Charlie's. On the brakes early there to go to the Edwina's chicane. There is Grendel in the 66. Ian Pitman will also be out there in his new shape BMW Mini Cooper S. The second generation BMW Mini in the hands of Ian Pitman. Michael Rhodes is heading to the hairpin. Roman Grendel, meanwhile, making his way through Edwina's. A little bit wide there on exit. While Michael Rhodes comes by, really revvy, that little Peugeot 106. Great engine note as it comes by. Michael Rhodes should be coming through the final corner now. He looked quick to me. I think this time should be enough to get him through into the second run for the improved category. But let's see what the timing beam says. 83.1 is the fastest time in improved thus far. Can Rhodes get anywhere near? Still waiting for the timing screen to update. It's an 83.77, so he goes third fastest. Good job, Michael Rhodes. What can Roman Grendel do in comparison? He crosses the timing beam to conclude the lap there. Let's see what the time is. An 86.05 puts him sixth fastest. He will be safe from elimination, I'm fairly sure. Here comes Ian Pitman then. Pitman crosses the timing beam to conclude his run, and it is an 80.53. So the TT going to the front of the queue then. Jonathan Newbold is through. Here are the drivers that have unfortunately been eliminated. Clark Devi with his Ford Falcon. We won't see the Falcon out there again. Just missed the post, unfortunately. Sheridan Bell also not going to take the next run, sadly, in the 29 Clio. Adam Slater, we saw him have problems with the Metro, and I'd say a rather surprise elimination from him. David Mercer's Micra also not going to be back out there. George Strange in the RX-7 didn't quite get a quick enough time either. Richard Quinn, not quick enough. Kevin Gruce, not quick enough. Thomas Strange, also in the RX-7, wasn't quick enough. Peter McDonald did run, but his time didn't register. I don't think it was fast enough to get him through. So 16 cars will run. Next up, by the looks of it then, it is the Peugeot 106 of Michael Rhodes. The 106 of Michael Rhodes is underway. Johnny Holm hasn't run in his Renault 5 GT Turbo. He was meant to be next out there. I wonder if something's up with the Renault 5. That would be a huge shame if so. Michael Rhodes, who was one of the quicker drivers in the first runs, he'll be looking to get through into the top 10 in this second run. There are 16 cars running in run 2. The top 10 will advance. Roman Grendel, the number 66 Renault Clio, is also underway, and I'm starting to see a little bit of moisture, and sure enough you can see that the heavens are starting to open. I've heard reports that there's rain down at the John Cooper S's, ironically, as this car of Ian Pitman, the Mini Cooper, heads out onto the circuit. Pitman was the quickest of all in the improved class last time. Roman Grendel approaching the hairpin. Meanwhile, Michael Rhodes, again, one of the quicker drivers out there in the 106, will be crossing the line momentarily. Let's see if he can get anywhere near the benchmark. Kyle Turner at 82.27 is the benchmark. Can Michael Rhodes get anywhere near in the 106? He comes towards the line. Is it a good time? It's an 83.9. That is a good time. I think that'll be enough to get him through into the top 10, but he'll need to be faster towards the end of the day to be in contention for taking the class. Ian Pitman in the Mini, Kyle Turner in the BMW, Liam O'Toole, Jesse Shakespeare, Michael Rhodes, Tom J, Lee Whitmore, Jonathan Newbold, Andrew Macaskill and Roman Grendel will all go through to the next round. Ian Pitman setting the benchmark then. Now we're expecting another couple of cars, I think, before the end of this. Yes, indeed. Okay, 2 more cars to run. It's Roman Grendel in the Renault Clio Cup and the 106 car, the Peugeot 106, the mighty little Peugeot that we've seen running so well so far. So 2 French cars set to take the start in just a moment. Let's see. We're underway. The Clio underway. The 66 car fires off the line. Roman Grendel, Michael Rhodes, the two drivers vying to stay in it. They need to be in the top 6 to stay in it. The Renault Clio Cup 200, the road car of Roman Grendel. He has previously campaigned a Volkswagen Scirocco TCR powered by a Formula 2 engine here at the Quick60 event. He's in the Clio this time. What can he do? What about Michael Rhodes? I've been seriously impressed with him in his Peugeot 106 here today. You see him wiggling under braking into the chicane. Puts the power down. There's the 66 of Roman Grendel. Oh, and bouncing across the curbs there, Michael Rhodes. He's got to be careful about doing that. Roman Grendel comes past my commentary position. He's just got a few seconds left to run. The Pug Sport prepared 139 of Michael Rhodes, the Peugeot 106. He comes out of the hairpin. Can Grendel do enough? This car is a little bit heavier than the likes of the Peugeot 106 and some of the Clios, some of the older Clios. This Mark III Clio a little bit heavier, but can Roman Grendel offset that with his driving prowess? He crosses the line now, and the time is an 85.02. Grendel is 6th. So he's going to go through, or is he? Because Michael Rhodes is coming next. He's got to beat an 85.02 to stay in for the next round. Is it going to work? Yes, it is. Michael Rhodes with an 81.81. He goes second fastest. He will get through. Ian Pitman, Michael Rhodes, Kyle Turner, Liam O'Toole, Jesse Shakespeare and Tom J, they go through. Grendel in the Clio Cup car, Lee Whitmore in the Nissan 350Z, the Audi TT of Jonathan Newbold and Andrew Macaskill in the Polo, they all go home. And he runs regularly in the Javelin Track Day Sprint Series, so Liam O'Toole by no means an amateur. He knows what he's doing, and he's shown it all day long in the Mazda MX-5. He's been very impressive. You saw there that Jesse Shakespeare has gone out on circuit, as has Michael Rhodes, so we are running 3 again now. It seems to fluctuate a little bit based on something, I'm not sure what. Michael Rhodes in the Peugeot 106, the 139 car, is at the top, or was at the top of the order, or towards the top at least, earlier in the day. Hitman with the benchmark at the moment, an 82.08. Again, the top 4 are going to go through. So one driver will be eliminated here and now. Will it be Liam O'Toole? His time is an 82.92. O'Toole is safe, I think. What about the Clio of Jesse Shakespeare? Shakespeare has been improving incrementally. Can he do so again? His time is waiting for it. Time hasn't come through on my screen yet. It's an 83.39. Oh, I don't know if that's enough for Shakespeare. Here comes Michael Rhodes in the 106. He crosses the line now. An 82.19. So Rhodes is safe, and Kyle Turner in the BMW 328i will be eliminated. Only the top 4 will go through. So then, to the improved category. And the 106 car of Michael Rhodes. Or rather, the Peugeot 106 of Michael Rhodes, I should say. We are now on run number 5. And it will be a 4-car scrap. 4 very different cars, it must be said, in the improved category. Here goes the first of them then. It's Michael Rhodes and his Peugeot 106. Michael Rhodes with the USBsport Peugeot 106. Tom J in the Renault Clio RS 172. Is also underway, and I think Liam O'Toole will be held. I think we're doing 1 versus 1 battles now. This is effectively the semi-final. We've got 4 cars running, 2 of them will go through. Is Tom J going to be able to do enough? He only got through by the skin of his teeth last time. Michael Rhodes has been a spectacle so far in his Peugeot 106. It's touch and go, I think, for who's going to get second place. On form, Ian Pitman should get through in his Mini Cooper because he's been impressive. Michael Rhodes, Liam O'Toole and Tom Jay, I'd say any one of those three could join him in the final, but of course Pitman needs a clean run as well. Michael Rhodes in the Peugeot 106 comes through Gerard's and Charlie's, and he will cross the line. He will set the benchmark. What kind of time will it be? The Peugeot 106, car number 139 across the line. The time is an 81.63. That's a fairly competitive time. Tom Jay is next, the Renault Clio RS 172. He was half a second slower at the first sector split. What about at the final line? He's crossed the line and the time is an 83.77. So Michael Rhodes has firmly put his hat in the ring. O'Toole was slower through the first sector split than Ian Pitman, but his real target will be Tom Jay and Michael Rhodes, I suspect. The time to beat is an 81.63. Ian Pitman could well do it, but will Liam O'Toole managed to find a way to be quicker than Michael Rhodes? It would be a mighty effort for O'Toole if he can do it. O'Toole comes across the line now, and the time will update. It's an 83.48. He goes second fastest, so will Ian Pitman do enough? An 83.4 to beat. He's been quicker than that all day long so far, and on this occasion, he is quicker again. A 79.32 for Ian Pitman. He advances to the two-car shootout along with Michael Rhodes in the improved category. So the improved class cars are just starting to show up. You can see the Peugeot there of Rhodes and the Mini. They're in assembly area. So I think we are just a few moments away now from getting the first of our two-car shootouts underway. We are confirmed also that we are going one by one in this shootout. So each car will go out individually, no track sharing. And I'm a bit scared of what I'm seeing there in picture because the 106 has its bonnet open. Hopefully that's just cooling. Hopefully there is nothing wrong with Michael Rhodes' 139 car. Oh, and I think he just gave a thumbs up. So I think he's saying the car's good. Yep, he's giving a thumbs up. Okay, just keeping it cool. I like that. Thank you, Michael, for putting me at ease. So money on the line, £250 per class winner here, as well as pride and glory. And in the first of our six shootouts, it'll be Michael Rhodes in his Peugeot 106 up against the Mini Cooper of Ian Pitman. Ian Pitman has long looked like the hot favourite here in the improved class. They are still very impressive. That diminutive Peugeot 106 has really shown itself to be quick today, but Ian Pitman has been that little bit faster all day long. Well, Astra versus Corvette. There goes the Peugeot 106 though. Michael Rhodes is underway for one last time. Can he best the time of Ian Pitman here today? The Peugeot 106. Heads its way down towards Edwina's. Bit of a lock-up under braking there, just about gets to the corner, but that was a bad run through Edwina's, was too quick on entry, had to really check up halfway through the turn. I think that mistake may have cost Michael Rhodes because Ian Pitman has scarcely put a foot wrong so far today. Nonetheless, Michael Rhodes keeps pushing the USBsport Peugeot 106. Huge revs as they come through the Devil's Elbow. Michael Rhodes with a little 106 GTI. That's the same base engine as is in Darren Spooner's Spooks Peugeot 205, albeit this is a lot closer to original. Here comes Rhodes. Is it a road to glory for Michael? He comes across the line in the 139, and it's just updating on my screen now. Let's see what the time is. Still not come up on my screen. I'm willing the timing screen on to let me know how he did. An 82.23. 82.23 is the time for Ian Pitman to beat. And Pitman launches the Mini. He's underway. 82.23 is the time to beat for Ian Pitman. He has been in the 80-second bracket at various points today, so on paper, he should be able to do this. But are the tyres worn? Will he make an error? It's certainly not a guarantee just yet. He's smoother, it must be said, through the chicane. Was a bit leery on corner exit. Pitman heads towards the hairpin now. Power down towards the devil's elbow. And here comes Ian Pitman. Comes towards the first corner of the lap, Gerrard's. It's usually the opening corner. It is the opening corner today, but it's also the last turn. Pitman having to battle the understeer. Power down. Comes across the line. Pitman needs to beat an 82.2. Has he managed to do it? Again, I wait for the timing screen to tell me the story. He's done it, a 79.48. Ian Pitman has managed to go sub 80 seconds. He's managed to go quicker than Michael Rhodes. He laps Mallory Park quicker than anyone else in the improved category, and he will take a £250 jackpot from the weekend.